Okay, we're going to talk about categorizing polynomials. Okay, and what that is a polynomial is any equation, right? In an equation, you're going to have variables when it's simplified, so this is like our simplified version, that aren't like terms. So you're looking for the number of different like terms in a polynomial, which is a really confusing sentence, but when you look at it, we can make sense of it. All three of these can't be simplified any farther. None of them are like terms. So in other words, how many different terms are there? 1, 2, 3. Okay? So 3 of something, and we're going to show our little Wikipedia page we looked up here. Let's see if I can shrink it and keep it on the side. Yeah. 3 of something is tri. Okay? So this is technically a trinomial. We replace the poly with the number of different terms in something.
So there going to be questions like, what nomial is this?
Yeah, they might ask something like that. So let's call this example 1. Example 2, we could say, let's say we had, I don't know, 5x cubed plus 2x. Okay. How many different terms are in that? 2. Okay. And technically, in this style, this would be called a binomial. I don't know why they put di here. Technically, this is a binomial. Bi like is in bicycle, right? That means there's 2 of something. Okay.
Because bi and di both have
yeah, di
2.
is technically 2. Could you call it a dinomial? I've never heard it called that. I think technically you'd probably be right, but in all of your books, don't call things binomials.
I'll trust you with that.
And then this. How many terms are there?
1.
1. And this is called a monomial. Do they have that in our list of Wikipedia answers here? Yeah, they do. Monomial, right? So mon is 1. They called it di, tri. 4 is technically tetra. So assuming they follow the same thing, if we had 4 of a term, they call it a tetranomial. 5 of a term would be a pentanomial. 6 a hexanomial. 7 a heptanomial, octanomial. But we really usually don't get into those definitions because they don't teach that. Really, throughout all of your high school math, these are really the only 3 they're going to refer to. There's monomial, binomial, and trinomial. Okay, and that's the classification system. A polynomial is any equation, and these little stars just tell you how many different like terms are in the equation, whether there's 3, whether there's 2, or whether there's just 2. They might also ask you, what's the degree of this trinomial, or they may refer to it as the polynomial. The degree of a polynomial is the variable with the highest exponent attached to it. Okay, and we always usually write it in order of highest exponent. So technically, this is x to the power of 2. What's this to? X to the power of
1.
1. And here's a little secret. What's this technically to?
1.
You can almost technically write it as, I don't know, I didn't want that to happen, but x to the power of 0. Do you know what x to the power of 0 would be equal to?
0.
Close. Do you know what any number to the power of 0 is equal to?
0.
Type it in your calculator. Type 5 to the power of 0 or 10 to the power of 0 and see what you get. I'll put it in my silly one here too. That didn't seem to work earlier. And now it's gone. Where did my calculator go? Oh, here it is.
1.
Aha. So let's say I did 52 to the... Oh, goodness. I can't remember how to do powers on this. Oh, this is it. There it is. Power of 0, 1. Any number to the power of 0 is 1. So here's a little trick. Not super important. X to the power of 0 would be 1. 1 times 2 is 2, so they don't really include it. It's just a number of 2. You don't really have to keep that in mind. So anyways, the degree of this would be 2, right? So I'd say degree of the first one is 2. What's the degree of this one?
3.
Yeah, our degree is 3. And what's the degree of this one?
1.
Yeah, technically you could say there's a 1 there, so the degree is the power of 1. We just look at the...
Magic man.
Does that make sense?
What would you do with these ones?